Since 1990, we have spent millions of euros and tens of thousands of research hours to find scientific answers to life's most important and challenging questions. What makes us happy? What makes us healthy? How can we heal from physical and mental disease? How can we heal emotionally and sexually so we can be happy in our relationships? How can we develop our talents and be of value to the world? We have interviewed more than 15,000 people and asked more than 4,000 different questions. After 20 years of intensive research, we are beginning to find the answers we have been looking for so long. We have already presented these answers in 250 research papers and about 30 books. Now we bring it over to you. Can quality of life be measured? Yes, it can, if you know how you feel. Because we cannot look from the outside and see the quality of life. We can have an impression. We cannot really know how happy people are or how well they're thriving. But from the inside, we can easily see if you're happy or not. And because of that, we can easily answer the question, if we want to answer it. How happy are you today? Or how is your quality of life today? Or how well are you thriving today? So, in our study, we are using a simple Likert scale, where we are measuring quality of life from very good to very bad. We are simply asking people, how would you rate your quality of life today? And if people are a little reflective and if they give it a little thought, they can answer quite well on this question. You can make this into a scientific instrument, either by just having one simple question, one scale. This is the QOL1, Quality of Life 1. Instrument we have validated, and it seems to be very effectively measuring quality of life, and it takes less than a minute for people to answer, normally like 10 seconds. So this can be used as a standard reference in all treatments in medicine. So we know if a medical intervention, a drug or surgery or alternative treatment improves the quality of life. We can simply measure before and after. And if quality of life is improved, then we have a good result. If it's not improved, then we didn't do much for this patient. And if the quality of life is worse, then after treatment, we harm the person. So it's very important that we are asking this question, how are you today, or how is your quality of life? And it's very important that we are putting it into some scientific framework, so we can see how the single patient behaves during treatment, and how the group of patients is developing with a given treatment. Of course, you can take more advanced measurement instruments like the QOL5 we have developed with 5 questions, or even the secret question with 313 questions. So, according to your liking, to your belief, to theories you want to work with, you can take different questions and batteries of questions, group of questions. But in our big study from 1993, done on almost 10,000 people at the university hospital, we know that it doesn't really matter how you measure a patient's or a person's quality of life, as long as you are using a sound theory and a strict method of psychometry. Psychometrics is a difficult science. We wrote a book about it, measuring the quality of life. Has a nice review in BMJ. Thank you for that. And in this book we argued for how you should develop your scales, how you should validate your questionnaires, and how the relationship should be between theory and practice when you're measuring quality of life. We worked with 8 different theories of quality of life, and we found that it is not really important what theory you're using. What is important is that you're using a strict methodology. So it doesn't matter what theory you're using. It seems it doesn't matter what you believe quality of life is, as long as you are measuring it in a strict way and in such a way that the patient understands that this is quality of life you ask about, then the result will always be about the same. We made several papers on this methodology that should be used, and yeah, I'll come back to that in the little broadcasting we make about the specific articles about methodology. But if you look at this editorial, you can see all the areas we worked with, and I ended up being so confident that we actually can measure it, and that it's easy and valid to measure quality of life. Thank you.